Hello everyone, welcome back to Genius Knowledge Point, your one place for practical programming solutions for computer and IT students. I am making this video to provide practical knowledge to all students so that you can develop your own programs which will be helpful for your studies as well as career. In this video we will perform practical number 29 of Python programming, and the topic in this video is to create a connection between database and Python. And the database that we are going to use here is PostgreSQL database. So this topic is basically designed for case scheme of Diploma Computer and IT students and semester 4. But if you want to know the process of connecting database and Python program, just follow this video till end. You will understand the process very clearly and the concept will be very clear. So before starting the actual practical, we have to understand why the database is needed in any programming. So whenever we are doing any program or till now whatever the programs that we have created, in that program what we have done, we have taken some data from the user and we have processed that data and we are producing the output and displaying that output in front of the user. So the data is taken in the form of variables. We are taking the data and storing the data into variables, and those variables are temporary variables. So whenever you are running the program, the variables are present inside your system or they are running on the temporary storage, and as soon as your program is terminated, the variables are cleared or the values inside those variables are gone. So your data is vanished after your program is terminated. So that's why we need something so that we can keep our data on a permanent storage or permanently, so that we can store the data as well as we can retrieve that data afterwards whenever we are running our program second time or third time or any time. So that's why we need something. So we have either two options. First option is storing the data in the form of file. So whenever we are storing data in the form of file, the data is stored in a sequential manner in set of characters. So that is not helpful because the data is not organized. We are just sending the sequence of characters into the file, and whenever we are reading the data, it is just taken in the sequential manner, but there is no differentiation or identification of the data that which value is having string data or which value is having integer data. Again, we have to do some coding inside our program for identifying the data. So in that case, we have second option, which is using the database. So database is storing the data in organized manner. So you can store the data in different data types as well as it can be retrieved with the help of different data types. So that's why database data is organized and it is very helpful for storing the data into database as well as retrieving the data from database to your programs. So that's why database is used in many programming languages as a permanent storage and organized data is available there. So that is the basic concept why we are using database in any programming. So in this program we are going to use a PostgreSQL database. So for that purpose you have to install this PostgreSQL database first. So I am just opening the Chrome, then you have to search download PostgreSQL. Then you will find this first link, which is the downloads. You just click on this link, then this page will open. Then if you are running Windows operating system, just select on Windows. So you have multiple options there. You just select your operating system. So I am selecting Windows because I am running it on Windows 10. So the option is there, that is download the installer. You just have to click the link here and it will provide you the cookie settings. So just accept the settings. Then the different versions are available here, that is 18.1 latest version we will install. So you just have to go to the Windows section and you just have to click on this download button. So I have already downloaded the setup, so I am just going to the file and I am opening this file. So after opening the file, you will see the Microsoft Visual C++ installation is started. So the setup process is started here. Next you will see this installation window. You just have to click on the next. Then it is asking the installation directory, so I am just keeping the default directory, then clicking on the next. Then there are multiple sections that you have to install. So PostgreSQL server, you have to install pgadmin 4, then stack builder, then command line tools. So all the options I am keeping as checked. Then I am clicking on next. Then it is asking the data directory, so I am keeping the default directory, then clicking on the next. Then the next step is we have to provide the password for the database or the super user password. So I am just keeping it simple, so I am entering admin here and re-entering the password, that is admin, then clicking on the next. Then the port number is 5432, so I am keeping the default port that is given by the system. Then the local setting I am keeping default, then clicking on the next. Then it will start the installation after clicking on this next button. So setup is now ready to begin installation, so I am just clicking on the next and it has started the installing of PostgreSQL server. Now the installation is finished, so it is asking me to install the stack builder, so I am just unchecking the checkbox and clicking on finish. So the PostgreSQL is installed on my system. Now to open the PostgreSQL, you just have to click on the start, then go to all programs. Then you can see PostgreSQL 18 folder is there. Click on that and click on pgadmin 4. So this is the application launcher for PostgreSQL pgadmin. So after opening pgadmin, you will see interface like this. So on the left hand side you can see there are servers, so I am just expanding the servers. So it is asking the password for the user, so you have to provide the password that we have provided in the installation process. So I am entering the password and clicking on OK. So the server is open now. So in that the default database Postgre is present. So I want to create a new database. So for that purpose I will right click on this databases, then create a database. In the database I am naming the database as MyDB, then clicking on the save. So automatically my database is created with the name MyDB, and in that if you want to see the tables, you just have to expand these schemas, and in that schemas you can see the tables are present. So now I want to create a table here, so I will right click on these tables, then create, then table. So while creating the table I will create the columns also. So I am naming this table as the student, and after that I am going to the column tab here, which can be seen on the top bar. So I am clicking on the columns and you have to click on the plus here. So it is asking me the column name. So first I am naming roll number, roll no is my column name, then data type I am specifying integer. So integer is selected, then length and other values I am keeping default. Then I am clicking on plus again to create a new column. So I am naming its name, or you can say S name, student name. Then the data type is text, so clicking on the text, then creating one more column as a branch. Then data type is selected as text again. So 3 columns are created inside my table, and the table name is created in the general tab, that is student, and the column names are also created. Now I am clicking on the save button. So now the student table is created with my columns as a roll number, name and branch. So to add the data inside my table, I just have to click on this student, then I am right clicking and going to the scripts, then selecting insert script because I want to insert data inside my table. So selecting insert script, automatically it will open the query here and insert query is automatically generated. So I just have to click the insert the values here. So for the roll number I am taking 1212, then for name should be enclosed in single quotes, so I am naming it as Ramesh, the branch as CM. So these are the values that I am inserting inside my first row. So after that you just have to select the entire query and you just have to click on this execute script button, which is looking like a play button. So after that, you can see query returned successfully and your data is inserted. To add one more row, I'm just editing this query. So I'm adding the roll number as 2323. Then instead of Ramesh, I'm changing the name, the branch as IF. So the query is ready. So I'm just selecting the entire query and clicking on the execute script button. So again, second row is created here. Now to check the data, I just have to click on this student table. I just have to right click, then go to view or edit data, then all rows. You can see the data output is present here and it is displaying 1212 as the roll number, then Ramesh and CM. So this is the data of first row and the second row is also created here. Now if you want to add more rows, you just have to go to the script again, then you just have to add data with this editing. I'm just adding one more row as Mahesh, naming the branch as CO. So again, selecting the entire query and clicking on this execute script button. Again, it is showing the query returned successfully. So to check the data, you just have to click on the view or edit data and all rows. So the all rows are visible here. So this is how we have created a student table inside our database, which is the name MyDB. Then in that student table, we have inserted 3 rows here with the roll number, then student name and branch values. Now we will go to the program of this question. So before creating program, we just have to install the package that we need for PostgreSQL. So for that purpose, I am going to cmd. Then I have to put the command pip space install. The library or the package that we need is psychopg2. So I'm just entering now. It will start downloading the library and it will install the library. So now the library is installed here. So after installing the package, let us move to the question. Write a program to connect Python with PostgreSQL database. So we have to create a Python program. In that we have to connect our program with the PostgreSQL database that we have installed on the system. So let us move to the code directly. So initially I am importing the psychopg2 package, so that we have installed using the pip. So this package is ready to use now. So after that I am printing a simple message connecting to the PostgreSQL database. Then after that I am creating one variable, that is connection variable, is equal to psychopg2.connect. So I am using the package that we have installed. Then using connect function, and in that connect function we have to pass some parameters. So what are the parameters? First parameter is DB name. So that is the name of the database. So while creating the database, I have given the name as MyDB. So I am passing the MyDB in double quotes as a database name. Then second parameter is the user value. So what is user? So by default PostgreSQL is the default user present inside PostgreSQL database. So if you don't know the user, just go to your database, then right click on the database name and go to properties. Then you can see the database name will be visible. Then owner is the user of the database. So Postgres is the user of my database. So just use that name inside your program. Then after that, password is equal to, we have set admin as a password while installing the Postgres. So that's why I'm putting the same password here. Then host, we are running the program on the same computer where my database is. So we have to pass localhost. So the localhost is passed here in double quotes. Finally port number. So we have seen while installing the port number is taken as 5432. So same port number I am passing here. So these are the parameters that we have to pass to the connect function while creating connection variable. So after that the connection will be created. So I am printing the message connection successful. So after that we have to send queries to the database. So for that purpose we need one variable which is cursor variable. So I am creating cur is equal to con, which is my connection variable, dot cursor. So this cursor will be created and using this cursor we can send queries to the database. So next I am creating my query. So query is equal to, in double quotes, select star from student. So this is the query string. Then I am using cur cursor dot execute. So I am using execute function on the cursor variable, and in the parameter I am passing this query variable. So the query will be passed to the cursor and the query will be executed on the database. So while executing this query, what will happen? We are sending the select query to the database. So it will return the data from the database, which are the number of rows present inside your student table. So those data or those rows will be stored into this cursor variable. So for that purpose we have to use a function which is cursor dot fetch all function is used here. So what is this function? It will return a list, and inside that list every row will be in the form of tuple. So it is returning list of tuples. So that data will be stored into the variable which is data variable, and this data variable is having the structure of rows and columns. It is storing the list of tuples. So to print that data we have to use a for loop. So I am just printing a simple message as a table contents. Then I am using for loop here. So for row in data, so every row will be taken from the list of tuples, and that row will be stored into this row variable, and I am just printing the row. So this print statement will print every row, and that row will be in the form of tuple. So this is how we are printing all the rows from the table into the output screen. So finally the for loop is complete, and finally what we have to do, we have to close the variables that we have created. So first I am closing the cursor variable, so cur.close. Then I am closing the connection variable using con.close. So the coding is complete here. So just check whether your database is running. So if you can see this, that means your database is in the running state. So to run the program, I just have to open the location of the program file. Then I am opening cmd here. Then the command is py space my file name, so that is connect.py. So after pressing enter, you can see the first statement is printed, connecting to the PostgreSQL database. Connection successful message is printed, that means we have connected. Then the table contents is printed. Then in the table content we can see the for loop is executed here, and every row from that table is printed here in the form of tuple. So first tuple is printed as 1212 Ramesh CM. So the same data value is present inside the database, so that is printed exactly inside our output screen. So this is how we have printed all the rows from our student table onto the output screen. So the question is completed, and also practical number 29 is completed here, which was just creating connection with the database using the Python program. So what we have done in this practical, we have installed the PostgreSQL database inside our system. We have created one database inside the PostgreSQL. Then we have created a table student inside the database. We have created columns inside the student table. Then we have added some data inside those columns in the form of rows. Then we have created our program. In that program we have created connection with the database. Then we have run our query on the database using cursor object. Then we have taken the data from the cursor object and printed the data using the for loop in front of the user. So this is how the practical is ended here. So that's it for today's practical. I hope you understand the program clearly. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such programming solutions, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching and happy coding.